Okay, so I'm using my Apogee 1 for the main interface, my iPad mini Retina, and the iConnect MIDI 2. Now the iConnect MIDI 2 is connected to the computer through the port that has just like a monitor icon, and so that's going from the iConnect MIDI to my powered USB hub, which is then connected to the MacBook Pro. And then the second port that has a icon with a monitor and an iOS device, that's connected to the iPad. So I'm using Apple's 30-pin to Lightning connector. So in the iConnectivity iConfig software, you want to make sure that you're running the latest firmware version. So go ahead and update that if you need to. And once you've got that all good, go to the Audio Info tab and come down to Clock Source and then choose Audio Port 2 Clock. Then you'll want to set this, if it's not already set, to 4 channels, 24-bit. And when you're done with that, you can just do commit and reset. To create an aggregate device using the Apogee 1 and the ICM2, go to Audio MIDI Setup on your Mac, and then go in the bottom left corner and add, do Create an Aggregate Device. And then you'll want to just give it a name. And what you're going to do here is you're creating Core Audio will see the Apogee 1 and the ICM2 as one audio interface, so they'll have 4 inputs. So you're going to select the 1 first, and then select the iConnect MIDI 2 Plus, and then for the iConnect MIDI 2 on the right here, you want to check the drift correction box. Now in Ableton, you'll want to go to Preferences, and for your audio input device, select the new the aggregate device that you just created, and then do the same thing for audio output device. And then you need to configure the channels, so go to Input Config and enable 3 and 4, which is the ICM2 channels, and then same thing for Output Config. And then set your buffer size. 128's been fine for me. It's pretty decent. I think I could run at 64 as well. And then if you're going to be using MIDI with any of the apps, you'll set that accordingly in the MIDI preferences here. Now to use an iPad app as an effect in Ascend, you'll go to your return channel and then add an external audio effect plugin, and then choose channels 3 and 4, which are the ICM2 channels, so the audio gets sent to and from there. And then adjust, you'll have to play around with the hardware latency settings depending on your setup, but adjust that till it works. And if you need to set gain, you can do that at that stage as well. And then just adjust send A level, and that will send to your effect as if it was a regular plugin. And if you're going to do direct out, you can just route a track directly to the iPad by just choosing the external 3 and 4 channels. And then you can have that come back in to record it on a separate track. Just add another track and have the audio from channels 3 and 4, so it'll receive the audio from the iPad. In Logic, you'll want to go up to Preferences and go to Audio, and then select your output and input devices as the aggregate device you created earlier, and then set your buffer size and hit Apply Changes. And then in your mixer, it's the same basic thing we did in Ableton. Just go to a return channel, or an auxiliary channel rather, and then go down to the Utility I/O plugin and set it like Ableton. Adjust, put the channels as 3 and 4, both for input and output, and then you will need to adjust the latency according to your setup. That's it.